Paranormal Insights, we're going to look at energy vampires and if someone is stealing your energy.
And we have a viewer question from Pamela Ralston, who's losing her home and needs to know what to do.
And a quick look at the Tesla Society with George Tavori. I'm Joseph Ernest Martin.
I'm Cindy Grayson.
And this is Paranormal Insights, where we bring you the latest and best from the metaphysical world.
Here we bring you real tools and insights to your questions as we bring you answers from beyond the ordinary.
Cindy is a certified hypnotherapist with a specialty in past life regression. She works with spirit guides and white light entities as a medical intuitive.
Joseph is an award-winning psychic of over 25 years, and he is the author of the international bestseller, The Quest to Row. Joseph is also the recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
One of the reasons I love this topic about energy vampires is because I think we've all been in environments or with people at work or socially where we've talked to somebody and we've realized that when they walked away from us, we were just exhausted, as though they had reached into us and just pulled our life force directly out of our body, and then kind of wondered, you know, what happens with that?
Right, and it's such an eye-opener once you realize what's going on, then you can control the situation. But I also found out that when I'm in a public place like a mall, I walk home, or when I go home, I'm just drained. And I don't know why I'm drained. Well, I now know I am feeling other people take my energy from me when I'm in a public place. And so I had to learn how to protect myself.
Most of us in modern culture have heard of vampires. The idea of vampires first appeared in 18th century poetry and quickly became a fixture in Gothic fiction. In modern times, we've seen the incredible success of the Twilight movies worldwide, with millions of books and movie tickets sold. These type of vampires are the blood-sucking kind that most people are familiar with. But are you aware of another kind of vampire, commonly referred to as energy vampires? These vampires, these energy vampires, are ordinary people that after you interact with them, leave you feeling drained, exhausted, or ill. Some of these people are not even aware that they drain people of their energy and life force. So, what can you do to protect yourself from an energy vampire? Well, first, you need to realize that you have to recognize who they are. Even if they are a friend, partner, loved one, or a family member, it's important to remember that anyone can be an energy vampire. Look at how you feel when you are with that person. Do they make you feel tired, sad, guilty, weak, and wanting to curl up and hide from the world? If so, that person is probably an energy vampire. Even if they do not know that they are taking your energy, you can still defend against them. Start by realizing that no one can take your energy unless you allow it, at least on some level. Dealing with an energy vampire is not usually an easy task. Most energy vampires are very skilled in hooking into your energy and drawing energy from you in an inauthentic way. They love the feel of stolen energy, and to them, it's like a fix from a drug. They delight in seeing you squirm or resist. They want to force your behavior because it gives them a sense of power and control. If you are encountering someone who is taking your energy, you can ask yourself, do you want to help this person? Do you want to just walk away? Do you want to send this person to someone else who can help them? Well, after looking at your options, it's time to make a decision. Most people will choose to protect themselves. You can do this by using your imagination and envisioning a golden shield of protection around you. Picture this shield around your entire body, approximately 18 inches out from you. And if you are religious, you can even call in a saint to help, or angel to protect you from that vampiric person. The biggest point of focus here is to not resist. Instead of blocking the person, you want to focus on your protective shield. Though this may seem like a small difference, it is the difference that makes all the difference. Resistance energy feeds the person who is an energy vampire. They love to feel you resist, and through that resistance, they are able to take your energy. Stay centered on who you are and be in a state of peace and balance. You don't have to engage or disagree or fight. You simply hold on to your own space of peace, joy, love, and light. Because as we know from lore, vampires hate the light. Well, protecting yourself, I think, is probably the easiest thing you can do and the fastest thing that you can do. And actually, you know, when I was taking my Master Psychic courses, one of our exercises was to see if we could push an energy vampire out of the room simply by bringing energy in and giving it to them. And I have to tell you, it really works. It seems kind of counterintuitive when you're thinking about what you would do to get rid of someone who's actually taking energy from you, to give them energy.
Well, that's why you're kind of like a gatekeeper. What are you going to keep? What are you going to project? And it's really, really important that you project the right energy and you keep your own.
Well, keeping your own energy, of course, you want to stay absolutely full. You want to stay filled up completely. You do not want to give people who are energy thieves your physical body energy. That's how you get sick, create illness. That's how your body will create pain in it for you. You want to stay completely full of energy without resistance, and you want to give that energy out from you.
Have you ever had a conversation with someone only to feel completely drained when the conversation ends? We've all had many of those experiences. Did you know there's a term for those people? Energy vampires. When we hear the word vampire, most people envision the iconic Transylvania vampire who wants to suck your blood. But because people can relate to that image of a vampire, it's been used to describe when a person drains you of your energy. So now that you're thinking about that energy draining conversations, let's focus in on how it happens. First, the person who comes to mind is the needy, whiny person who just can't seem to make it through life without guidance from others. But there are so many other types of people who are also energy vampires. There are the drama queens, where everything in their life is off the charts. There are the constant complainers. I've often said that if you gave those people a crisp new $100 bill, they'd still find something to complain about. And there are those who are what I call the consummate victims. No matter what, they believe they've been treated unfairly, and they take no responsibility for any of their negative situation. It's always somebody else's fault. But there are many other types of energy vampires, and their demeanors can take many, many forms. They can be quiet, charming, or seductive. They can be loud, aggressive, mean, or inconsiderate. Too often, they're bullies. But their actions are fairly consistent. They typically do not respond to nonverbal cues. They seem to be unaware of boundaries, including personal space. They tend to ignore your privacy and intrude on your life. They don't really consider your needs, or at least not often. So how do you know if you've just encountered an energy vampire? The most common feeling is that of depleted energy. You literally feel drained, weak, exhausted, perhaps even a little bit depressed or irritable. For some folks, they reach a point where they need to seek rest or comfort, food, alcohol, whatever they can do to numb that feeling. Now that you're thinking about many different people in your life that fit this description, you're probably wondering what would cause a person to behave like that. It's obvious that the person is not happy on the inside. They tend to be insecure people with very low self-esteem. However, there are those who are simply full of anger and may not realize it. So how do you protect yourself from an energy vampire? First, you have to be willing to speak up and set boundaries. When approached by a known energy vampire, let them know up front that you only have a few minutes to talk. The less exposure, the less energy they'll try to take. Remain calm and detached. You have to be able to tell that person when there's a specific topic that you don't want to discuss. Be firm. Whether it's before, during, or after the encounter, I always recommend placing a protective white light around them and around yourself. Most importantly, remember that you are in control of your energy. Don't give it away.
You know, I believe with a loving heart, freely, openly, in a very big way.
Yeah, and there are other things that you can do to, set limits on the time, but what's really, really important is that you are first and foremost aware. that they're
Yes.
trying to steal your energy. But there are places, there are situations people don't even realize that their energy is being stolen. For instance, when you have a young child tantruming, they steal your energy. It's not intentional, but they need that energy from that adult, or even a teenager when they're being defiant. And people are not aware that these are energy vampire situations because the person loves them, but they don't know what to do because they get literally sucked in to the process.
Well, sure. And you know, the energy vampires are very, very skilled in finding ways to hook you, to say the thing that's going to like pull at you and try to engage you in a way where you get angry or resist. You know, in James Redfield's book, The 10th Insight, he actually talks in a part of his book about how to get that energy up and inside yourself and then use it as an effective tool to come out of you. The more love you can put in that energy when you do this, believe it or not, is the more effective it becomes. Now, these energy vampires, they will not actually stop their behavior usually.
No.
But what they will do most often is they stop doing it to you because there's no payoff. They can't get what they need energetically from you.
Yeah, and it is like a drug fix. They are going to either get it from you or somebody else.
Energy vampires hate authentic energy. They only like the taste of stolen energy and the feeling of taking energy from another. If you want to get rid of an energy vampire, give them authentic energy. And here's how. First, notice your posture. Have your feet firmly and squarely on the floor. Check your back and shoulders and neck, and make sure you are standing straight or sitting up straight if you're in a chair. Bring in earth energy from the center of the earth into the bottoms of your feet, and imagine this energy coming up and filling your body all the way up to your sternum or breastbone. Then imagine universal energy coming in through the top of your head and filling you. This energy comes down through your head, fills your arms and fingers completely, down through your neck, and meets the energy from the earth at your breastbone. When you are completely filled with energy, open 2 imaginary doors in front of your heart and let the excess energy flow out from you toward the energy vampire. You will stay filled with earth energy from below and universal energy from above as you give all your excess energy directly to the vampire in front of you. You can even imagine blasting them with all this channeled energy, filling them to overflowing. When you do this, you may notice that they very quickly leave you alone. This is because they hate authentic energy that is freely and lovingly given. It's not the game that they like to play. When you do this, they will stop trying to steal energy from you and simply move on to an easier mark. Give this a try and see if you can push an energy vampire out of the room by filling them with light, love, and free positive energy.
Now, there's one type of energy vampire that most people don't ever think of, and that's the constant talker. No matter what, you can't get a word in edgewise. Virtually every sentence begins with me, my, or I. They are continually telling you how important they are, how they have single-handedly saved the day. They tell you how grateful others are of their valiant efforts. And if you manage to get in a short sentence that's not focused on them, they cut you off and continue to dominate the conversation. They rarely, if ever, ask you about yourself. Instead of listening, you find yourself thinking of ways to exit the conversation. They truly believe themselves to be great listeners. In reality, they're looking for an audience, not a dialogue. They have an insatiable need to be heard. They don't realize that the constant craving of attention is viewed by others as an inflated ego. Constant talkers don't have ill intentions. They're just exhausting to listen to. Become aware of energy vampires and what you can do about them, and that will help you retain your own positive energy. I was sitting at an airport a few weeks ago. I'm often at airports, and I'm just playing on my smartphone, and the gentleman sitting next to me interrupts me and starts telling me how good he is and how valuable he is and where he works. I couldn't get a word in edgewise, but I recognized, okay, he has this need. He doesn't even realize he's doing it. He needs an audience. And once I realized, I was trying to think of a way to get away from him. That was a really big clue that he is trying to take my energy. And you know, escaping to the restroom, excusing yourself, pardon me, I'll be right back, or nice talking to you. escaping to a restroom is a way out of it if you don't have the skills.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a beautiful thing to consider. You can say, excuse me, I need to go get a drink of water. Excuse yourself to the restroom. You have a phone call. Someone's at the door. Anything to break that cycle. It's interesting, though, too, with, energy vampire people. If you really want to try to mess with them a little bit, not in a bad way, I would never say that, but if you want to mess with them just a little bit, as they're trying to take the energy from you, and you pulled it all in, you're letting the excess come out from you, step toward them, get within 18 inches of their physical body, look them directly in the eye, and the more they try to take that energy, lean in very slowly toward them. Now, you may feel this is like really weird or it will be uncomfortable for you, but what it does is it gives you control of the energy game that you're actually in, and again, it stops them from repeating this behavior with you another time.
That's a great technique, but I find myself not wanting to get closer
Yes.
to them. I find myself thinking of ways to back up. So I'm going to have to practice that one. That's a new one for me. And now we'll go visit the Tesla Society.
I'm here with George Gabori, who for the past 13 years has been president of the San Francisco Tesla Society. And this guy I've seen at so many shows. He always has one of the most interesting booths around. Now, George, some people actually, even in this day and age, don't know who Tesla is.
Well, before Nikola Tesla, alternating current was considered to be a novelty of no practical value. When he designed the first electric motor, AC powered in his head as a student, they laughed at him and they said, it'll never be practical, even though it was immensely practical with fewer moving parts and fewer parts to wear out and so forth, and the ability to step voltage up and down. Before, the standard for electricity at Tesla's times was DC power, which you could transmit only a matter of 5 or 10 miles at the maximum. Imagine if we had to have power plants every 5 or 10 miles. That meant dirty energy all over the place at a level far greater than what we have from coal or nuclear or oil burning plants. Imagine the pollution we would have had. Tesla made it possible to transmit electricity hundreds or thousands of miles from Helite hydroelectric power, clean sources, wind, solar, etc. Be able to transmit long distances and do that. And that was the grid 1.0, as we say, which Tesla made possible. The grid 2.0, he wanted to give the world wireless power.
How can people get a hold of you and the Tesla Society, find out more about this, get more information?
www.SF is in San Francisco, SF Tesla, T is in Tommy, SLA, so www.sftesla.org is how you find out about what we're doing.
Well, that's very easy.
And what we do is we have free monthly lectures in the San Francisco area. We got some, videos up online. We'll have more later. But they're free, and it's about scientists. It's with scientists who are working on new technology. Tesla was also into wellness electronics. He did very pioneering work in wellness electronics for healing. So energy and healing were things that he did. We have scientists who are either working on his technologies or similar ones who have a similar spirit. We're out there trying to provide advanced technology and for healing and for energy to the world, and saddled with, there's 10 or 15 different technologies that were good for the planet that people don't know.
Now we have a viewer question from Pamela Ralston.
I would like to know, because I am losing my house, where do I go from here?
Pamela, thank you so much for asking that question. And I've got to tell you, I have been doing readings all during last year up and down the West Coast of people who are in your same situation and even worse. And as everyone knows, you watch the news, things have been really, really tough. I've asked my guides to come in. I've asked your guides to come in. Let's take a look and see what they want to tell you about your home, about saving your home, and about money finances, because all of this is very, very important. Pamela, the energy that you bring to this There's a lot of disappointment energy. Of course there is. I don't expect that to be any different. That's normal. It's something that you bring to this. You also bring to this a ton of strength. You are one strong, amazing woman. So I'm very happy to see that here for you. You still have hope for the future, but it's been a little questionable lately, and it's been pushed around. You have had fortune in the past. You know how to make money. You know how to make money come to you. All of that is part of who you are and part of what you're able to actually do. And believe it or not, the worst is over. You're going to be coming into a new cycle, especially in 2013, that's going to be much better for you, much more responsive for you, where I see things starting to work out. This all says it works out because you have a lot of personal power and personal energy. You are the real key in this whole equation. With that said, the universe is also going to be jumping on your bandwagon and going to be helping you and send you energy and send you opportunity and send you opportunities for wealth and money and help you solve these issues. You're going to be getting a real boost from the unseen forces that are going to be aiding you in this very difficult situation. That doesn't mean you're going to be feeling any different, by the way. You're still going to feel jumbled and upset and unsure and even frightened as well would be normal for you to feel. But I don't want you sharing this melody that you're in right now with everybody that you see or meet. I'd like you to keep your problems, especially money problems, close to the chest where you're concerned and where this issue on your house is concerned. I feel really positive for you. I feel that things are going to be working out for you money-wise, especially in 2013. I'm hoping you can hang on that long because we just started that year. But you know, I want to do something here. I want to ask my guides to fill in a couple of little blanks in your reading because I'm curious on how this is going to work out for you. Now, there is delay, so you have to hang on at least to the first half of 2013. I know that's a long time. That's like 6 months, and I'm sorry about that. You have to hang on. Keep your attitude high, your confidence high, your energy and perspective high. This cycle is going to change, but it's going to change right before summer for you. If you can't hang on yourself where this is all concerned, then get help from people around you to get you to that point so that then you can take the reins once again in your life, in what you're able to do, because you are the emperor. You are the empress in this reading. You are the most important energy element there is. And because of that, these things are going to be working out for you. Please know that we wish you the best, and we're going to be sending you fantastic, great, positive, money-enriched energy that we can from our side here to try to help you. So is the universe. You're going to get through this. Things are going to be getting better for you.
While losing your house is a huge transition, my guides are telling me that this will actually be a blessing in disguise. You have been carrying about the weight of this house issue like a heavy weight on your shoulders. It's not convenient to find a new place to live, but you will find joy all around you. If you find yourself seeking help from others, like having folks that will let you live with them for a while, be sure to set very short time limits on that situation. And that may be the 6 months that is showing up in your chart. It would be very easy for you to continue to live on the kindness of others, but it must be temporary. You will make sacrifices, but never lose sight of the fact that some material things are more for convenience and pride than necessary to survive. Avoid the victim mindset. Continue to help others who are striving to help themselves. Once you relocate to a home where you are supporting yourself, you will find that life begins to feel magical again. It will be a smaller place than your current house, but it will feel more like your own personal sanctuary. My guides are showing me flowers and plants in a new place, which will help keep you grounded and spiritually connected. One of the lessons that you're working on is learning how to manifest. If you haven't become familiar with how to manifest, it would be great to study that topic right now so that you can bring manifestation into your life with a new home. The Earth's energy has shifted in a way that allows manifestation faster and easier than ever before. I'm also shown that you're attracted to the moon and its energy. Spend more time bathing yourself in moonlight, literally. Notice the difference it makes you feel about yourself and on the inside. You have so many opportunities awaiting. Approach them with an open heart. Well, Pamela has so many things going for her, even though this seems like it's just a huge insurmountable situation. This is truly a blessing in disguise for her with her spiritual journey.
I think so too. I think that, you know, I want to be compassionate because it is really, really difficult for people when, you know, when your place to live, your home, your house, it's very unnerving. It would be unnerving for me too. And, you know, we don't always get great messages. We don't always get tomorrow the sun will come out and money will fall from the sky into your lap and you'll be fine. Sometimes we know that life is harder than that sometimes.
It is, and there is ego and emotion and embarrassment that goes along with the situation. It's very parallel to going through a divorce. Once you make the decision, then it's, oh, now I've got to tell people. And so she's got a lot of emotion that she needs to deal with. But again, with 2013 being such a great manifestation year and with all of her spiritual gifts already, this is going to turn out to be a really great Christmas in 2013.
2013 is fantastic. So don't forget that. People of higher vibration, people of light, light workers, all of us get a boost in 2013, and Pamela, you're on that too. The universe is going to give you a boost. It is going to be okay, and hang in there, darling. We're going to send you the best energy we can to help you out. We want to answer your questions and address your topics. If you have questions you want answered or topics you want us to look into, we're easy to find. You can find me at questtarot.com or Joseph at questtarot.com.
You can find me at cgraysonhypnosis.com or email me, Cindy at cgraysonhypnosis.com. You can watch this program on Comcast Channel 17 in the Sacramento area. See more at accesssacramento.org. And on Comcast Channels 23, 28, 29, and 33 in the San Francisco Bay Area, as well as AT&T UVerse Channel 99 throughout the state of California, Saturday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Also check out betv.org and more channel listings at att-services.net.
And you can follow us on Facebook, Vimeo, and YouTube. Simply search Joseph Ernest Martin, Cindy Grayson, or Paranormal Insights. And be sure to watch our new weekly series, The Magic Minute, where you'll learn easy-to-use, everyday magic to make your life better every Wednesday on YouTube. And when you watch, be sure to click like and subscribe. Please send us your questions and topics,
so we can bring you our paranormal insights
and answers from beyond the ordinary.